Okay, everyone, you can see my chart. Can you see my screen as well? Yeah, you can see my screen. You can just put a Y in the chat if you can see my screen. And I know it doesn't replace everything. It's got some of the attributes. It's got a lot of the attributes, so a lot of the things from the last Neo product. So you don't have to worry too much. And this one's very easy to trade. It's basically, imagine, so remember, I made a few indicators. And when I made a few indicators, I've now put all the stuff together to make one big major indicator. So this one should just bring everything together. And I kid you not, anyone that's in the chat already that's had it for the last couple of days, they'll be able to tell you it's very easy to trade. It's nothing that you're going to be like, oh my God, what's going on? So yeah, as soon as you're ready, you just got to message me so we can just discuss further. This one is an addition to the last one, so there is a paid fee, but it's nothing too crazy. There's a discount for older members as well. Okay, yeah, let me just get straight into the Zoom though, because I don't want to be talking about this. We can talk about this privately. Let's go straight into the Zoom because this is being recorded and it's for everyone to be able to watch. So, hello, guys and girls, welcome back. Today, I'm going to be discussing about the Neo Indicator product. And just to start off with every single thing here, so you know, this is absolutely an amazing product. You need to know that, people. I kid you not. You can see it from anybody that's in our group, or you can follow with the link in the description below, where there is a channel I've made on Telegram. So I'm even giving out trades as well based on this, and it's all in there. That even helps people being able to purchase it. And that's a free link for you to be able to get into the channel. You cannot speak in the channel, but you can at least see the updates of the indicator and anything I'm talking about in there. So you can get a more day-to-day update on it. Also, I want to say that there is going to be a opportunity for people at the end of this Zoom call. I'm not going to explain how they're going to get this opportunity yet, but it's going to be at the end of this Zoom call. So make sure you watch it all the way through. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, so just be prepared for that. But we're gonna go straight into this and basically, I'm sorry, I've got a bit of a cold, so you have to bear with me, a bit of a sore throat. So yeah, we're gonna go straight into this. I'm gonna show you all the opportunities that we pretty much had this week so far when it comes to this market and how you would have been able to use this indicator. You're gonna absolutely love it. Like I've said, people are already making money, and that's not just me just saying it for marketing purposes. It's something I've created, and people know that I've been trading this certain type of way for a while. I just put everything together, and now we're able to hopefully see something fantastic from it. It's nothing too crazy in terms of, oh, this is so hard. This is actually very simple. So yeah, let's just get straight into it, guys and girls. Yep, cool. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm gonna minimize this. So first we're gonna go into the major pairs. So I like to trade the major pairs personally. I love to trade them because they are the most volatile and the most liquid in the market. They tend to give you the best moves. And I think this is absolutely something amazing that we're starting to see with this product when you're being able to catch trade setups literally either every other day or at least one trade a week if you're more of a swing trader using this. And I would definitely suggest you pay attention to the major pairs because there's always an opportunity for you to get into this market. And yeah, let's just break down a quick few of the elements that we've got here on Neo. So the last video I did goes through all of the settings and stuff like that. I'm just going to go through some of the updates we've had this week. So the update we've had to this is if we go to the alerts, we can literally now with the alert call function, when the Confluence list comes together, you literally can set alerts on either bearish or bullish, the grade of trades. So therefore that helps you. So there is the alerts like I promised from the last video. Every week I'm pretty much going to add little tweaks to it to make it better. Nothing crazy, just to make it better for you so the users can have a better feel. And secondly, we have the alerts here. So if you are paying attention to a pair, you can literally set a grade that goes between A to D. So obviously A being the strongest setup because you've got more confluences between bullish and bearish IFVGs or bullish and bearish breaks of structure. You can set multi-time frames on this. I prefer to use the 4 hour, the daily chart, and the weekly so I can get a better long-term trend. As you know, the higher time frames will give you a better trend. But as soon as you see a pair that you're looking to take a buy or sell in, you actually are in a position here where you can literally set any grade alert based on that situation, which is fantastic because, again, if you're just looking for a buy, this is literally telling you, hey, ping, you're going to be able to look for a buy entry now. Okay, so that's the alert system that I promised in the last video. There you go, done straight away. So just to show you the type of service you're getting when you do get this product. Very nice, very quick. I'm on the ball in terms of trying to get things put together. Okay, the next thing that I think is absolutely amazing is what we have here, which is the Oracle settings. So obviously we know that this is based on Neo. It's based on the Matrix. And what we can see from here is that we do have this with the Oracle engine. So the Oracle is somebody that predicts the future of the Matrix for Neo, the protagonist in that situation. And this is what we're basically seeing here. This is going to predict the markets for us in order for us to see that, hey, this is a good buy or sell zone area for us to continue with a trade setup. So we can see this already. These Oracle zones, sorry, are predicted buy or sell zone areas in the market. You can only change it one set color for now. I might make some adjustments to that, but let's just get into the main key elements of it. So what happens is that as soon as the market basically closes for the day and opens again, you're going to get a box zone here. Now, I have not merged the box zone yet with any of these breakout entries, re-entries, the breakout retest. I have not merged it with any of these price figures here. These are all based on either the IFVGs or the break of structure. Once you have the indicator, you can add it as many times as you want to your chart. So I've added this twice to my chart. So I can have one of my setups on medium mode here, and I can have the other one on aggressive mode. Basically, that just gives me a chart that explains break of structure and all the price levels. And the other one is when IFVGs form, so inverse fair value gaps form, and all of the breakout entry levels and stop loss and take profit levels. But I haven't done any merging with the Oracle just yet. But you don't need to worry about that too much because it is pretty standard as we would trade from as any type of beginner. So when the market has come in here, literally we've had an indication, so we're going to go back into replay mode quickly, and let's just see on this pair. It might not be specifically on this pair, there will be other pairs. I'm just showing you how it looks when it happens, and then you'll be able to see that, oh, okay, I get what he's saying here. So boom, we're just going to fast forward it, and I want to see if a confluence comes up between A to D for a possible buy trade setup on this. These two tables confluence lists are exactly the same. They're not different for each table here. The confluence list doesn't matter if you're on aggressive mode or medium mode, the confluence table should be the same. So let's just see if we get a buy pop up here just yet. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so yeah, this wasn't one of the pairs that came with the buy trade setup on these time frames. Pay attention to what I'm telling you guys and girls on these time frames. I'm using the 4 hour to the weekly chart. It never came up. But if you was to go down a time frame, we'll just show you here. Give me a second. We're going to go back here before this. We're going to go to the 1 hour chart. Let's just see the 1 hour chart for this one. There are pairs that obviously were on my time frames that I trade. But boom, boom, boom. Let's just see what we get here. See if we get a notification on this one. Okay, so we didn't have one on the 1 hour chart. Let's go back to the 30-minute. I'm just trying to show you what it looks like at first, and then we're going to go back over to the higher time frames for you. And you don't have to worry. You don't have to specifically go and find time frames of how to find trades. You can literally trade it on your time frames because it will appear with an entry based on your time frames. I just want to see if it pops up with one. Okay, nope. So that's even good because then it's sticking to the time frames that I've got there. So that's no problem at all. We can see that even though this trade appeared, it didn't give us a confluence entry, and we can see why. Again, it's because of my tables. This is what it is here. And I'll tell you this is good because that means that it's working and the coding's there. Because my tables are set to, you'll see here. Where is it? Higher time frame. It's set to here, the higher time frame. So this is for the table analysis. It's set to 1 day and 1 week. So these are not updating based on my 30-minute chart. The only one that is will be this one here, which is the chart, which is obviously 30 minutes, but it's not strong enough because it's not picking up this signal with any higher time frame signals. So of course that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You don't even have to worry about that. We will go into a pair that does. You just have to bear with me. Boom, boom, boom. I've marked them all out anyway. So the best thing I'm going to do is just do this. Go over to watch list. Oh, yeah, I don't even have to do that. Just go here, boom. So we're going to go over to the watch list and we're going to go through these pairs here and just see. Just give me a second. Let me close this down. Boom, boom, boom. So this is one that should be, I already know one. Let's go to AD CAD. Boom, boom, boom. And again, this is not cherry picking people. This is what you can do analysis. In my group, I literally went through this analysis. You can see this is what I did. And I gave out this information even for the free members. Obviously, there's no signal here, but it's telling you that price could buy. Before I added the Oracle zones here, what actually happened is I used to mark out the buy and sell zones, but then throughout yesterday, I was able to get it coded basically for us. So I can even delete these now, and now the indicator does it for you automatically. There's a zone here as well. See if I can delete that. Yeah, cool. Boom. So let's go here. You can see the tables flashing up now. You can see even the table has a better analysis of the green that's here. It even shows you for a certain period of time how long these have been bullish or bearish for. So let's go back here. Boom. Let's go back here. Start from here. So we can go here. Boom. We started from here. So we're starting it from not from today, we're starting it from yesterday, which was Tuesday. And we're just going to replay it here. You can see the Oracle zone was there from Tuesday, but we had no indication of an possible entry yet. No confluence had appeared just yet. Nothing had appeared just yet. Let's just keep moving it forward. Just keep moving it forward. Let's move it to the 4 hour. Hopefully it doesn't jump too much. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Okay, so it jumped a bit there, but give me a second, people. We're going to put this back down to 15 minutes. And this is all live what happened. I want people to know that because in the group it's there. And just I will go through that after. But look here, boom. Let's just get there. Get in here. Let's move it a bit forward. There we go. Okay, boom. So you can see here straight away that we had an indication of a trade setup. It's because it's in replay mode, it's jumping a bit. But we can already see here that this happened 2 bars ago. So for it to happen 2 bars ago, it never happened on this bar. It actually happened on this bar here. So when you see it live in the market, it'll be fine. It's literally because it's on replay mode. I kid you not, people. But this happened on this bar here. This is why, again, just to show people that I'm not just fugaziing. I want people to know. Hold on a sec. Give me a sec. Boom, 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 boom. We're just going to go into the group, which everyone can join. The link is going to be in the description of this video. Uh, Give me a sec. I just want to make sure I get it up. So not... Okay, yeah, it was ADCHF. That's why. Okay, cool, cool. So yeah, I'll go to it in a second, but it's just ADCHF. It wasn't ADCAD, that one. There's a few pairs. That's why I'm trying to remember which ones are which. I do apologize. So yeah, so boom, we can see straight away again, we've got the confirmation of a buy trade set up here. We've already got the zone marked up here for a possible trade. Like I said, this would have appeared in this candle here because we're in replay mode. You would have had your entry. Very simple. Remember, we've already got this box here telling you it can buy the Oracle zone. Your stop loss can be just below this box because it's a buy trade. And then obviously we've got to take profit levels. I was able to easily, using the Oracle, not the ones that are already here, mark out my take profit levels because Neo automatically gives you all the lower highs, higher lows, lower highs, and all of that stuff in the market. So I literally just put my take profit levels clearly based on this, you see? So there, boom. We was able to go there and let's just do this. Boom. So obviously my take profit two would be up here, which that is a big trade personally. It's a 1 to 3, 1 to 3.6, but we can easily see that what the market has basically done so far in that point. So we can even see it's still possibly buying up from this level here. Obviously, price has found a resistance level based on the bearish IFVG we can see at the moment, but we can see price possibly by tonight even pushing up to this level, and I'll keep everybody updated on that. Boom, boom, boom. John, did you please? No, the settings is in the previous video, so you can go to the settings in the previous video. I'm not going to do it in this video. because every video has to have something new. It can't have old information. I know you just joined up today, but go to the previous video I uploaded on YouTube and I go through all the settings in there. Boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. So we're gonna go to ADCHF just so you can see it actually flash up with a lower entry here as well. Okay. So this is why I tell people that you don't have to worry about looking for trade setups in terms of, oh, but is this trade going to buy or is it going to sell? It's just going to do it all for you. So let's just get rid of this box. Boom. All right, cool. Again, we can see, look, it's already there. Let's even go back a bit further. Yeah. So this is why I'm looking for ADCHF. I was looking at buyers because why? What do we see here? Already, this is from yesterday, Tuesday. It's already starting to light up. We got a C grade trade. Remember, you get alerts from that. So you can literally remember with alerts, yeah, so people know. Let's just go here. This is how easy it is, not that. What do I want to do? I want to go to alerts. Okay. Oh, I can't set alerts because it's on replay mode. That's why. Let me just do this quickly. Sorry, people. There we go. Cool. So with alerts, what you can do is this. Boom, boom, boom. Add any alert. Remember, you can set your alerts to this giving you a notification, and you can actually set your alerts to a watch list. So you can put a bunch of pairs. If you've got a higher level of trading view, so I've got the premium package, you can actually create a watch list with all the pairs you trade, and then you can just set the alerts from the Neo Reloaded indicator. You can set it to give you an alert whenever a grade appears. And remember, you can set it to timeframes as well. Again, I stick to the 4 hour. I'm telling you, there's more than enough trades. You don't even need to go lower. But if you do, it's completely up to you. Like there's more than enough trades. So you can put a bunch of pairs in a watch list, set it up to the time frame you want and the alert from A to B. So whenever you do get that alert, you can just go over to the pair. And then if you see that there's a possibility of a trade set up at that point, what you're waiting for, so let's say it appeared now in this day, that's great because now you can say, okay, look, I can look for my buy trade setup. But when it comes into here, we're like, okay, cool. This is the best, and I want everyone to pay attention to this main factor. We only look for alerts when this is what I do specifically. Again, you can do something else if you want, but this is what's working for me and what I'm giving out winning trades from. I wait for a daily IFVG to appear, basically. So a daily bullish or bearish IFVG to appear. Yeah. We're gonna just take it back a notch. That's the first thing. Remember, it shows you already here. So we're just gonna go here and go back to start new. Cool. There we go. So we've already got our daily IFVG, and we can see here already we've got the D and we've got the B here. I'm just going to go again so you can see it. So it's not confusing anyone. We're going to go from here. Just again. Boom. Look at the confluence. Look at this confluence part of this table here. It's already telling us to look for a buy anyway. We don't even have to stress. Yeah. It's already telling us look for buy zones. Look for buy trades in the buy zone. So we're going to the market today. We're in 15-minute mode. That's right. Yeah, boom. So we can see that you would have got an alert here that D1 had appeared. Right now, you would have got an alert D1 had appeared. Remember, you've gone to the pair. You can see where the buy zone is. You can see it's obviously got, sorry, people, it's got a bullish daily IFEG as well. It would be bullish or bearish for you. This is what I do. Remember what I'm saying. This is how I managed to get my win rate and how I'm able to give out some good trades for you. You can already see it straight away. Again, it would appear because most of these confluences anyway here have to pick up a daily IFEG anyway. So boom, you can see that's there. And then from there, all you have to do, literally, this is what I tell people, you just get in the trade straight away. Not there, short and long tool. Long tool. So what you do straight away, when the spread of the market comes down, you literally get in this trade. You can put your stop loss just below this level here. literally here. So you can put your stop loss just below this level and you can start to look for a trade setup. Now, me, I don't trade with a stop loss. I trade with my margin on my account. And that's not because the indicator don't work. I just don't trade with a stop loss, people. I haven't done it for years. You've probably heard me in many videos doing it. But you can put your stop loss just below this box area here. You don't have to worry. And there we go. Boom. Now we can see the market starting to break out straight away from this trade setup. Remember, your take profit levels can be based on any of these structural points. So let's say you got this structural point over here. Simple. And this was a 1 to 4 hour trade setup done just like that. Just like that, people. I kid you not, it's just like that. Remember, we've got our Oracle box that's appeared. We've got, you would have had an alert. You would have even had the alerts from yesterday. But from yesterday, look here, I want people to know. I'm going to set it back from here just so it's not confused. I don't want to confuse people. This is from the beginning of this week. So you can see, you know, let's go on the 4 hour mode. I want people to see from the beginning. We're already in the week, by the way. Let's start it from here. I'm really trying to let people see what's going on here, especially from the breakdown. Okay. So let's go here. Boom. So we got our bullish IFVG that's there already. We're now looking, obviously, we're not going to look for a buy trade if the box is above us. We're looking for the box to be below us. Look here. Already, this box is here. So it's telling you to look for a buy trade setup, but you're not going to be looking for a trade setup until price comes into this box. So what you can technically do without a word of a lie, as soon as that happens, that box, you can put a pending order here, with your stop loss below here, and obviously start to target what you expect you want from a trade. So let's say this is a 1 to 2 R. Remember, this is from the Monday. This isn't even from the other day. You can see straight away. We've come into the market. We've already got our D alert appear. We've got the box down here below. We're expecting price to come into this box and then buy up from there. Yeah. Boom. Price taps into the box. Now we've got a new zone, but it doesn't matter because we've got a new zone. We can literally use that box zone because remember, we know that price can buy from that area. We're already in this trade now. You literally could have got in this trade from Monday. See how price respected the box twice. Remember, my stop loss and entry was based on the top of the box to the bottom. Can you see how price has respected this area? And then now it's continuing to possibly buy up. Does that make sense? What I'm just saying to you guys and girls there? You're going to get a indication of a confluence list telling you a trade can appear. Remember, you can set a watch list that picks up all of these. So you don't have to go and even check every single pair. If you actually just invest a little bit more and get a proper version of TradingView, you can set a watch list that's going to tell you if you only trade 5 pairs, it's going to tell you when any of those 5 pairs has one of these confluence from A plus to A to B to C appearing for a setup. And then when you go over to that, you're going to be able to say, okay, cool. If that's appeared in this day, is box in my not box, is price in my Oracle zone box, the OZ box, is it in there or is it not? If it's inside there and it's telling you like it did there for a buy trade setup, again, to go back here. Yeah, let's go back here. So this one's here. Let's wait for it to load. So this day was Monday. Boom. You would have got your alert ping on the Monday on market open for one of these trade setups, the Confluence C or D. You could have easily have set a pending order from here to there and then just let price run from there. Does that make sense to you guys and girls? Let me know in the chat so I can so I know if I'm making sense during this call. Literally, you remember you can create a watch list. I've said it to you already. The watch list is going to have all the pairs you monitor. From the pairs you monitor, you can easily, as soon as you get an alert, all you're looking for is now where is your Oracle zone box? Because this is where price is going to do whatever the alert said from. If it is going to be a winning trade, it's going to do it pretty much from this zone here. Do you understand? If not, if it doesn't go to this zone, it's probably going to create one the next day. And then guess what you do? As long as the confluence is still there the next day, you just move over to the next day's box and you continue the trade setup. Does that make sense to you guys and girls? What I'm saying? Hello, can you hear me, guys? Can everyone hear me? Because I can't see anyone in the chat. Am I still in everyone's chat? Sorry. Is anyone there? Just so I know, sorry, because nobody's saying anything. So if it don't make sense, you have to let me know if it don't make sense. We're still gonna go over other examples, but does it make sense? I know DBX said it makes sense. Does it make sense to other people? Yeah, remember, you just got it today. I can't expect you to become a pro at it in 5 hours. And this is probably the first time you literally probably just plugged out your chart. So there's no way it's going to make sense to you straight away. You literally got it today. You know what I mean? It's just impossible. But I'm kidding you. I kid you not. Like, remember, there are people that have struggled with learning how to trade what I've given out before, whether it's a strategy, whether it's actually teaching you the market. And it's so simple, this, once you actually just look at it. You get an alert, you get a box. You put your order on the alert in the box, simple like that. The indicator is 100 GBP for lifetime access. That's a one-time fee. If you're an older member, then it'll be 75 GBP for you. You just got to obviously message me, then I'll be able to tell if you're an older member or not. Older member is somebody that's already paid for Neo before and other stuff. I'd explain it to whoever messages me. But literally, it's that simple, people. I kid you not. We're going to go over other examples. Like, if you just give me some time and you actually be patient with me, this is why I said there's going to be something for the people at the end, and I'll be able to tell them. But you have to be patient with me. So, boom, we're going to go here. Just give me some time. So, boom, boom, boom. Here you go. Here's another one. Yeah. So, boom. Let's go over to another trade. All right, cool. Let's leave it. Let's go here. Boom. And if anybody's worried about it, you can literally join the free group. If you're worried or concerned, join the free group. The link will be in the description. The free group, it's not a group, sorry, it's a channel. And I'm showing every time. So these trade setups that you saw where I had to take profit levels or the target high, I'm putting those trades in there. You can literally go back and go and check and say, oh, was he telling the truth or was he not? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Like you can literally do that, people, before you purchase it. You don't have to purchase it if you don't believe. I'm not asking people to part with their money if they don't believe. They can literally join that free channel and then see me posting this stuff live every time it happens. But because I trade the 4 hour to the weekly chart, I don't scalp. I'm not going to be coming on and giving 1 hour examples of I'm in the trade, I'm getting in the trade. Do you understand? Because I could be in the trade for 4 hours. So it just doesn't make sense. I'm a swing trader. I'm not going to change my trading, obviously, just to please certain people. It don't make sense because what makes me money? It doesn't make sense me doing that. It's not that I don't want to, but if you actually join the group, take the conscious effort to join the group, you'll be able to see live updates of me doing this. Give me a second. I'm in 3 4 hour range. You put. Yeah, no, that's good, mate. You see, I'm in 3 or 4. Yeah, somebody just said in the chat, I'm in 3 to 4 hour trades you put out yesterday. That's good. Thank you, mate. Are you profitable with that? That's the question so far. So let's go in here. Look, see, boom, we got a D alert here. Look, we got a D alert here on Monday morning for this trade setup. That's what you would have got. Let's say AUD was one of your confluences. Yeah. Boom. We just go over here. We go long. Boom. We're already in the buy box. We're already in it. We don't need to stress. We're already in it. The market opens it. You could have got in this trade literally from market open. You put your entry there, you put your stop loss at the bottom of this box, and then obviously you target whatever you're looking for. Let's just go for a 1 to 2 R on this trade. Let's play it out. Let's just see what happens. Okay, price would have taken you out of this one here. Hold on a sec. Boom. But you can see, obviously, I made it go fast. So this first trade here, you would have lost. But now look here. We go back here. And this is good. I don't want to show no lies, no nothing. I don't want it to just be you're winning every second. You're winning. Look, boom. So price took you out there. But then when we move forward, boom. So when price took you out here, look, it decided this day. Remember, I'm using replay mode, but you're going to see this. This is a 4 hour chart. You're going to see this live. It's told you that the space here has now moved down here for this box here. And look, it even went just for that wick. Yeah, boom. So you would have got in here. So from here, it's told you that price has gone, made it lower. But what it's done is, let's go here, boom. In fact, let's do this so we're not waffling. So this is what I actually want to do. No, we'll call that trade a loss. We're not even going to go on to, oh, this is a win, this is a win. No, that was a loss because we lose in the market. Boom. But how much did you lose by before price corrected itself is the question. Price went another 20, 19 pips, and then boom, this happens. This is when you get wicked out. You can clear it's a wick out. It wasn't anything intentional. It was literally just them doing a liquidity grab, as we can clearly see for this low here. Boom. This is why, it's because of that main reason is why I don't trade with a stop loss, because this crap happens. I don't know about anybody else, but that's why I don't trade with a stop loss. All you have to do is lower your risk slightly, and you don't need to trade with a stop loss, people. But this is why I don't. But at least I know my imaginary stop loss was this level here, the 50 pips. Do you understand? Now, if I know, obviously trading, which you should know, or you can learn from me, this here would have been my level, looking at, hey, if as long as they respect this low, then price should continue to buy up. You understand? And then this is what we saw price do. So you can see there's a buy trade opportunity there. Yeah, it's not going to be beautiful all the time. It's a trading, man. I'm just going into the chat quickly. I'm listening to you, just sorting out teeth. Okay, yeah, we've got a concept indicator, but just need time to keep seeing the examples where be a pro. Do you have a watch list for bullish? Do you my wait there? What's up? Do you have my yeah, obviously I've got alerts on bullish and bearish daily IFVGs. So it's what I explained in the group. So obviously we've got different trading suites with Neo. So as you can see here, there's other indicators, but you don't need all these indicators. I can probably even put the alert for the IFVGs in here as well in the update. But I'm not saying you don't need all of them to trade this system, is what I'm trying to tell you. But with this one here, I can put alerts to Oracle, which is just the IFVGs alone. Basically, I can set alerts. So I've got alerts set for just look, you'll see here, just to show you, guys and girls. So this is what I do. So I've got my alerts set on IFVGs for bearish and bullish on the daily for all the major pairs, basically. And then I literally just get all my alerts here. So as soon as I've seen this has happened, I'm literally just looking for price to have a confluence of an A, B, or C or D, and then I can see again straight away that boom, if it's got a confluence, this is lined up with my alert that's popped up, and then I can just look for a trade setup based on these boxes. But like there you go. So just again, like I've said, price obviously respected the buy. Well, it didn't respect it. It went to go and do the buy, but we got wicked out of this trade, which is fair. I want it to be as transparent as possible. I don't want nobody to be coming here thinking, oh, he's just making lies. You understand what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense what he's doing. So boom. So we can see from this one, and this is what will happen sometimes. Obviously, the zone is telling you price can sell here, but it's not. I want this to make this clear. The zone is not there to tell you price won't go no higher than here or no lower than here. The zone is not created for that. What this zone here is telling you is that this is where sells or buys will happen from. That's what it's telling you, people. So I know people want it to be very beginner friendly in terms of, oh, I can put my stop loss and my take profit here. Again, look, boom. So we entered here because this would have appeared here. Boom. Yeah. We've entered at the bottom of this box for this sell. And then everybody would like to be like, yeah, I'm just going to put my stop loss here and everything's going to be great. Yeah, that's fine. Some of them are going to absolutely respect this box, but some are just not. And that's the whole point of it. It's not, you're not supposed to have it just perfectly like that there every time. The box is telling you buy and selling pressure. It's not telling you price won't go no bit more higher or lower than here. It's telling you that when it sells, it's going to sell or buy from here. So I want to make that clear for everybody. Do you understand? Now, obviously, if the box is really big, there's a big chance that they're not going to go all the way to the other side of the box. But when you get smaller boxes, like this box here was only like 15 pips, I believe. Yeah, it's about 15, 16, or 17 pips. Price might want to go 18 pips up the wrong way before it goes down. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense what I'm saying to you guys and girls there? Like literally, it's telling you price should hold this zone to do the move you're looking for based on the confluence appearing. That's what it's telling you. So there is no major issue with stop loss, but of course, if you've got a small box, it might just want to wick it just a little bit and then go. Sometimes it's not going to, but sometimes it will. So what I would suggest is probably give yourself the zone and maybe a little bit more extra leeway just on the zone. It's no different from a fair value gap when it appears, like anybody has taught you in trading. Not one person tells you when a fair value gap appears, put your stop loss at the top of the box. Everybody said everybody you see, you can go get 1,000 examples. When they put a draw fair value gap, they're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna do their stop loss like that. Minimum like that. If not, they might say give it 5 or 10 extra pips just in case. And then, do you understand? Is that fair for me to say as a mentor? Because I don't want to say anything that sounds like I'm just trying to sell you something. I'm trying to actually show you something. Is it fair what I'm saying there? Like there is just sells or buys that come from the area. But of course, if you try and pinpoint your stop loss right here all the time, I don't want nobody messaging me saying, I got wicked out. Because if you come back to that trade 2 days later, it's probably just done the move. Be a bit more realistic. And like I said, I just lower my risk and I don't trade with a stop loss. I just think stop losses are ridiculous. Honestly, I think they're ridiculous. That's what I do. So does it make sense anyway, guys and girls, what I'm saying? Just from that point. All right, cool. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on. So this is AD/USD still buying today from here, from this where we didn't get an alert on this one, but you can see where it did. Where was this? A buy zone. Again, what can you see? The wick out here. You can see, but you can still see price bought from this area straight all the way up. This is what we got. Let's go on to another one. So what do we have here? This is even good. So we've got a bullish alert here. So what we're seeing here, we've got the IFVG is based on the bullish one. Remember, like I told you, we've got a C and a D we've got on this alert right here. What we're looking for right now is we'll be looking for obviously buy trade continuation. So Euro CAD has the possibility of buying if you're in this pair. Where are we? Boom, boom, boom. Short, long tool, right here. So let's just say it's there, and there. Boom. This is what you're looking to target. So you're looking to target some type of buy trade setup in this, and it's because the daily IFVG is bullish. And obviously, you can see you're getting a C grade buy compared to a D grade sell. So I'm not saying it can't sell. Obviously, it's telling you this sell pullback is happening, but it's got higher favor of possibly buying this pair right now. So this is what you'll be looking at. You'll be looking at if you were in this market when this came up 4 bars ago. So let's look exactly when it came up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Yeah. So it came up here, right here. So right now you'd be in this pair, you'd be in drawdown in this one here. Boom. And you'd be looking for buy trade setups going higher. This is what you'd be doing right now. So whether you want to go 1 to 2, 1 or higher on the chart. So 1 to 2 would be about here. You'd be looking for this to buy trade continue. Obviously, it takes time. It's a swing trade. It either stop you out or not. Yeah. Simple as day for that one there. So this one here, you'd be holding out your trade. Now let's go over into another one. GBP CAD. Cool. So we're going to take it from this point here. Let's go back here. Start new. We're going to start from the beginning of this week because this was already a pair that was buying up from the week. So right here, you can see this is a better example. You can see with GBP CAD, we don't have nothing here telling us that there's an indication of a proper setup yet. Boom. We get a C grade trade appear. Again, you would have got the alert for that one. Boom. What are we looking at here? We're looking at price doing this, guys and girls. Long and short tool. We already got our C1. We got our box zone here. Again, this is for the absolute beginners. The absolute beginners. Put your stop loss at the bottom of this level. Anybody that's traded with me long enough, they've learned how to manage their trades and trade as not institution, but as a bit more of a bigger level of a trader. You don't need to put a stop loss as long as you can understand how to manage your risk. If you're a beginner, I get it. If you want to just make it very simple, yes, do this. And if there's any issues, I can more than likely look into tweaking. But one thing I will say, if anybody does this, this is very clear, I have to say this. If anybody is putting their stop loss at the top and the bottom of these zones and they are taking losses, what you need to do is take a screenshot of that pair. Take a screenshot, people. I am very tired of people saying at certain times saying, oh, I lost or it doesn't work for me. But then when I say what trade did you take, they don't have the data. Let's get the data so I can feed the data back and I can look at those pairs and look at what the issue was so I can make it better. This is why it's lifetime access. There's no point because if I get a million people, not a million, but let's say I get 100,000 people in here actually making money. That does it does better for me as a brand. That's where I'm trying to go with trading. Let's just be real. So I don't want to sell you something that's just a pile of crap. Let's just be honest. Like the better it is, the better it is for me if people are making money from it. So again, if you are losing, let's say you took 10 trades and you're like, John, I've lost 10 trades by putting my stop loss at the bottom of this box here and there. Take a screenshot of those trades. Let's break down these trades specifically so I can go back to the trade and be like, oh, I'm just coming up with a name. Marcus told me he lost these 10 trades. I've got some free time. Let me go check these 10 trades and say, oh, okay, I see. So if I add this filter to the boxes or the indicator, then this will stop him having those type of elements of trades. Let's do that for once, rather than just complaining and saying it's a pile of crap. Let's actually try and make it better as a community, but just be realistic with when you say better, because remember, it takes hours to code this stuff. Just be realistic, but let's do that. So I just wanted to get that point out there anyway. Before I'm going to read the chat quickly. Just joined. You've seen the message. No problem, James. All right, cool. So yeah, look here. Boom. Stop loss at the bottom of this box. Obviously, we're going for a 1 to 2 trade setup. Um, And if not, if anybody tells me something is not working for them and they don't give me data, I will call them out in the group. I'm telling you from now, I'm calling you out and saying, listen, I'm still waiting for my data from those 10 trades you said you lost. I'm calling because people will love to call out mentors. Let's start calling out the people that start pointing the fingers. Let's start pointing them out. I want to see data because hardly anybody ever gives that to me if they tell me they lost 10 trades in a row or 5 trades in a row. It's hardly anybody has ever, and anybody that has, we've broke it down and they've understood better what they should and shouldn't do. So anyway, now, boom, you can see obviously we would have been in this trade like this. Boom, our original zone. Boom, there you go. More than TP2 smashed. Do you see that, people? Just there. Again, remember this had no light up. I want you to see this is how you need to look at these oracle zones because they're this good. Remember, the whole of Neo was based before the oracle zones were there, were based on us getting confluences to look for a trade setup. We get the trade setup alert now. Again, we get the trade setup alert because you've set the alert. Boom. You're going to get the alert. Remember, when you get the alert, if you add 2 dashboards like I've done here, you can see if it has a daily IFVG or not, and if it's new, because it tells you how long ago it appeared. So even if you don't have the other versions of Neo, you can see it says daily IFVG 1. It will say that. So you'll know that it's new. Cool. So anyway, now, remember, I'm doing it slowly for you. Boom. Cool. Can you see? Bullish IFVG 1. That's what it says there. So we know we've got a new IFVG. Our zone has appeared for a possible continuation of this buy today. Yeah, great. We got our stop loss at the bottom, our entry here, and we can go higher with the trade setup. Boom. For a 2R or higher. Okay. And then we do the same thing again. We're just going to come out of the replay mode because we already know what happens. Boom. As we go into it, there we go. Can you see how price respected that buy area? Do you see the understanding and the logic? Look here again. If I'm lying, I'm flying, literally. You know, I always say that when it comes to something. Look, remember, even on this day for the continuation up here, look, it's told us our zone is here of where buying pressure would be. What happened when it came into the zone? Yes, it wicked. This is the wicks that would be taking out the people that say, I'm losing. It's going to do this sometimes. Obviously, news maybe came in or something. But this wick, because this zone was bigger, it just acted like a slingshot. It couldn't do it. And it went back up again. Are you seeing it now a little bit more, people, of what I'm saying? So even if you enter the trade in this day, yes, it wouldn't have been the greatest trade for you, but you wouldn't have lost this trade if your stop loss was below this box. You'd be back in break even or profit. Do you understand? Does that make sense, guys and girls? Put in the chat. Yes, there will be a recording of this. This is going on YouTube. I'm just trying to go over it straight away. Boom. So again, cool. We had the same thing here. You can see where I was drawing out these boxes before. If we remove this now, so we can remove all of these. Boom. And now we can just go here. Look, same thing here again. Same thing here again. What do we have? We have bullish IFVG 1. Yeah. We have Monday market open. Boom. We've got a long tool. What do we do? Entry here, stop loss here, take profit here. It's got 1 to 2R. Boom. And then just move it forward. And what do we see? We see price action, respecting our trade. So we almost at our 1 to 2R. The highest point we got to was a 1 to 1.6 in this trade here. Boom. But can you see? Remember, you would have got your alert for the confluence. You would have gone over to the pair. You would have seen that, okay, I've got my alert. Literally. Remember, I'm only checking every day because I'm looking for a new bullish IFVG. I'm not just trading everything. This is what a lot of people, this is why this is already part of when I've said if people are losing 10 times, this is one thing I would explain to them. Let's just say now, I'll say, and I've put this in the free channel that you can join. It's, all the information is there. There's no hiding, there is no waffling. It's just there for you. I said, this is what I pay attention to. A bullish daily IFEG. What some people are probably going to try and do, one, they're going to try and go lower time frames. So they're already starting. You understand? Two, the next thing they're going to do is just trade it because an alert's appeared and the box is there. But I said, no, wait for the daily IFEG to be bullish or bearish +1. I guarantee you, and I'm going to put a strong word on that, and you can call me out if not, because I've done it for months now and I've shown in the group. I guarantee you, if it's a bullish IFEG 1 or bearish IFEG 1, you will not lose 5 trades in a row. I'm going to say 5. I'm not even going to say 10 because 10 is extreme. You will not lose 5 trades in a row if you hold that box area and you look for a trade setup. You're not going to lose it. I'm telling you. It's literally that deep. You are not going to lose it because these do not fail when they come with that. They don't because do you know how hard it is to break a daily fair value gap? That's a big order to go the wrong way. Do you understand? So sometimes it will go the wrong way once, but it's not, there's no way they're going to continually break a daily fair value gap and just keep going and say, okay, we're going to break this one today, but then we're going to go back the other way today, the next day. They're not going to do that. If there was 3 that appeared in a week, one might fail, but the rest of it, once they do the next one, it's probably the right one. Do you understand? I've never ever seen them do one the wrong way, run the right way, wrong. I've never seen them go wrong one way, then the next way, then the next way again, and the third one's right. I've never seen that in a week ever. Ever. You understand? It's either one will be failing and then it'll go back into the old trend, and that's it. Does that make sense what I'm saying there? Just want to make sure that's clear. Does that make sense in the chat? That is why I pay attention. So the last thing I just said there, because I haven't seen no one reply, does it make sense? If you pay attention to the daily IFEG and you use them with these boxes, again, confluences are going to pick up the daily IFEG. It's not a separate thing. It is not a separate thing. The confluences are going to pretty much pick them up. And guess what? If a confluence appears and it's not there, then what do you do? If a confluence appears and there's no new daily IFEG, bullish or bearish, what do you do, guys and girls? What do you do? Common sense. Nothing. Leave it. It's common sense. I kid you not, people. But the confluences are built, especially specifically C, I believe so, is built to pick up a daily IFEG. I've got to double check D because remember, it's like a spider diagram when I've made these confluences. They have to have certain triggers to appear. But I'm not 100% sure on D again. I have to double check that. But C to A is going to pick up if the daily has got at least one IFVG, I believe so. It's from C to A. I've done a lot of coding. People's got like 1,700 lines of code in this thing, so you'd have to bear with me on that one. But I'm pretty much sure A plus to C should always pick up a brand new daily IFVG. And if you've got the zones with it, again, like I've said, you're not going to lose 5 trades in a row. Sometimes it is just going to wick you out. Again, this is why I don't trade with a stop loss. That's why I don't do it. I refuse. I'm not going to conform to people saying, but you must have a stop and you must have a take profit. No, I'm here to make money. Does it make money? Does it follow the trend after a day or so? Oh, yeah, it's following the trend. Okay, let me bank that money. I'm not going to argue with anyone on that. I'm not going to do it. So, yeah, cool. So, anyway, let's keep going. I just want to show people. Boom. This was a beautiful trade. This was a live example in the group, people. Anyone that took this trade as well, like I did, would know this was a live example of a trade where again, I just released a product this week for everyone to have that did purchase it, and boom, this is what's happened. So remember, and this is why I took this pair. Remember, there's other indexes, people. There's NAS 100, there's SPX, German 30, whatever the weather. But the ones that I pay attention to, they never had what? Look, just wait. Boom. They never had what? Let me put the arrow there so you can see it clear. They never had. What did they never have, people? Explain to me. I want to see it in the chat so I know people are paying attention. What did it never have? The rest of the pairs, what did they never have? There you go. So I know, like Yusuf, I don't know if you're still here, mate, but for anyone that's confused still, even for you now that you might be a bit confused and you're still trying to work it out, let's just say, obviously, I know you wouldn't be confused with IFVGs because we've gone back and forth explaining that. Yeah. But look, this is what I paid attention to. So this paying attention to brand new daily IFVGs, I've made it the infamous concept of this whole Zoom right now, will stop you just trading confluences randomly all over the place. Because this is what happened. People get excited, they're gonna buy the product, and they're gonna try jump in the trade Friday, 2 hours before the market closes. No, you don't do that. Don't do that. Just wait for the daily IFVG because you've got like a 70-80% win rate if you just wait for the daily IFVG. You understand? So wait for the daily IFVG. What did I do? So I've gone through the other pairs. All the other indexes I follow didn't have one, but US 30 did. I said, oh, okay, cool. This looks good. So we've got this now. Now, all I said to them that yes, we've got the bullish IFEG here, but I can see that the table is not giving me a confluence. Remember, I'm more advanced with this, so obviously I'm going to know better. I'm the person who created it. So what I've explained again, even in the chat, I've said it's created a bullish IFEG, but it hasn't created the alert yet for the confluence. It's not hard for me to check every pair manually. It's just once a day. All I have to do is go through every pair and see if it's created a damn bullish IFVG. I just got to do it once a day in Asian session, and that's it. I can move away from the chart. So I said it hasn't created a confluence tab alert yet. It hasn't. But more than likely the breakout, because it's an index, and we all know indexes love to buy. They always do. I said it's more than likely going to do a big breakout and create it. So, but I've told people what's given me more confidence in the trade is obviously we've got our buy zone here as well, which is in the area. We can see it's right here with the bullish IFEG. So I said to everyone, okay, let's just look for the trade set up in here. Yeah, just enter the trade. Boom. So I've entered my trade. I think this was around about London session. I'm like, cool, enter the trade. It's more than likely going to buy. Yeah, look, you can see the stop loss. This was a pair that respected it. The stop loss was at the bottom of the box, and then bingo. And then see what happened. You see when it broke out? So here on the close of this candle, now you can see how it started lighting up. So everyone can see it. Hi there, how you doing, Kay? Everyone can see how it's lighting up now. So did everyone see that in slow motion? So exactly what I said. I've even figured out a way where you're going to be able to tell that this is more than likely going to happen. With it, one of them is the fact that you get the box here, that you're more than likely going to get this breakout. Because if this box was all the way down, so the box we're seeing here, if the box was all the way down here, let's just say, there's a chance that they're going to pull back. They're not going to continue. But the fact that the box was right in the level of market open told us that we're looking at a breakout towards the upside right now because of that daily IFVG. It's like we've got three elements of this indicator if you've not paid attention. We've got IFVGs, structure, and we've got these new buy zones. Three elements. Those three elements, mastering them is going to make you profitable. And going over more and more Zoom calls with just the VIPs, you're going to understand it. But for now, we're obviously trying to let people know this product exists. But you can see the simplicity of it. Daily IFVG, buy zone. I've told people it's probably going to create the C1 alert that you can see here. It's going to create this with the breakout because it's an index. It's not going to, it's not got time. A lot of times it's not going to do a small move when it breaks out. It's going to, and there you go, boom. And then obviously this was a free signal I gave to everybody in my Discord. The link will be in the description. In my Telegram, the link will be in the description. And obviously I gave it to the users. So if you purchase this and you actually do trade stocks, you would have been able to take this trade, make your money back that you already paid for lifetime access. I'm going to keep this ball rolling. Everybody should be screaming from the hilltops, join this guy because this is a one-time fee and he's creating a product to trade, to find us trades. It's not that, oh, you have to sit here and learn 10 hours to trade. No, it's telling you when to trade. most of the time. Hi John, sorry, boom, boom, boom. Let me just see this. And do you have a video for the settings for the indicator and how it works for someone like me after purchase? Yeah, of course. The last video I did, it had goes through all the settings on YouTube. So all you have to do is just message me. Anybody that wants the settings video, just message me, and it goes through a breakdown of the settings. Literally, the only thing that won't be in the settings is the Oracle update because I literally did it last night, and that's why I'm trying to show people how it works. So look, does that make sense? This trade that I just broke down there, I know it never had a Confluence tab. Yes, I get it completely, but I'm more experienced of a trader in terms of the Neo product. That is why I gave it out as a trade. Obviously, you wouldn't have to take this trade because you're not confident. But even if you took the trade from here, let's just say after that did happen in a day, but you'd have to have a huge stop loss because your stop loss would have been below there. Or you could have used the values on the table here. Your stop loss would have been below the bullish IFVG here, the 4 hour one. Do you understand? So you would have entered here. So you would have literally entered this trade like this based on the table. It's all there. I explained this in the other video as well because we didn't have this box in the other video. So I explained how you use this table in the other video. Yeah. Boom. You would have put your stop loss like there and you still could have been targeting here 1 to 1, 1 to 2. I'm trying to think 1 to 2. Where's 1 to 2? 1 to 2 would be like here. Boom. And then let's just see how this plays out. So this still plays out with the alert coming now and this, yeah, without even this buy zone here. But we can see price bought off of the buy zone. It should have. Yeah, let's just go and see what happens with price. Boom. You can see price has almost hit. Still, you can see, guys and girls, daily IFVG. The alert does actually appear in this one here. And when the alert appears in this one, we can see from the actual entry point and where the table would have told us to put our values for beginners, the table, because it's based on IFVGs and or structure. Based on that IFVG, I literally did it in front of you right there. You can see where price went to. Does that make sense what I said? So even if you didn't use the Oracle boxes, you can still, if you wait for the breakout and for it to line up, the confluence, you can still use the table here to work out your values. Again, I explained it in the last video, so I'm not going to go through everything in this video. I'm just trying to show people the new update today. Does that make sense? Just put a Y in the chat. What I said there, please. Does that make sense? Just put a Y in the chat. I'm just trying to make sure people are following me here. Because if not, it's like I'm just talking for no reason. So if it makes sense what I just said there, just put a Y in the chat. That's what you got to do. And I think one thing that people struggle with is they got to realize, remember, this is lifetime access. You don't have to worry about trying to make money in 1 week. There is no monthly subscription for this. There is no monthly subscription. So you have the time to learn. And I guarantee you there's no way you're not going to be able to learn this thing in 1 month. It's just not possible. It's not possible. I've literally spent all the time, even breaking it down with my wife. I'm just like, listen, I've got to make something easy for them. Got to make something easy. And I'm asking her, like, what would be easy for you? Because she don't trade. Do you understand? And then when I'm showing her these boxes, she's like, oh, okay, there's a box, buy. Okay, and it's telling you to buy. Okay, I'm gonna buy it. Like, she'll understand that. I've got to make it easy for you. I'm telling you, it's actually easy. Don't overwhelm yourself with what you might see on the chart. What to actually do to make a buy or sell trade is very simple. Cool. I'm just gonna go back into the chat quickly. Will the table adjust to your broker values? Yeah, it will definitely. Whatever your broker is saying it will. It adjusts the price. So if I was to go to a different one, okay, let's just see something here quickly. Let's even just test that. 47402. Let's see. US 30. Oops, not there. Sorry, give me a second. US 30. 47402. Let's try and go to bull markets. Let's just see. Yeah. Some of them it may not work on. I haven't obviously checked all the brokers, but yeah, look here. So can you see? Now we're on US 30 for bull markets. If you're on a different broker, it's adjusted to it. Can you see? So this one says 46774.00. Does that answer your question? See? So you can see how it will adjust to whatever broker you're using or you put on trade view. Cool. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. But this was a smashing trade. Absolutely fantastic, fantastic trade. This was the one trade I gave out for everyone. I know people like to trade gold and indexes, and this would have easily 150% made you your money back in one trade. You understand? Boom. Now we got gold here as well. So I was able to give everybody the idea of the possible gold trade setup right here for the buy. I still think it can buy. It's just slugging along. Boom. So wasn't this one here? Yep. So we didn't enter. Look at this here now. This is a good example of gold. Start new. I entered my buy from last week because I was still working on parts of the system, but I saw that there was a buy zone at the bottom where you can see the lowest point of gold on the left. I entered from not the lowest point, but I could see that it reacted off of that zone. But let's go here so you can just see gold. So this is why I was more consistent in my buying, why I held it now. And I explained this on the Friday when the first IFVG appeared. Look, you can already see the 4 hour chart does have a 4 hour bullish IFVG, which we never saw new ones. The table wasn't flashing. So we never saw new ones. So this is why gold is just consolidating. It's like it made it and then just kind of obviously consolidated. But now we saw a new one appear on Friday. And then what do we have here now? Let's just make sure this is for today. Yep, it is. Boom. So what do we have here? We have the buy zone. Can you see? Remember, price opened below this zone anyway. Did it open below? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that opened here. So we do have the buy zone. Remember what I said before? Yes, price can wick it. We understand that. But remember, it's where the buys will happen. If they're going to happen, this is where they will happen, the pressure. So boom. Let's just say we've got in here, right here in this trade. Let's just say not even there, sorry. Where is it? Market open was here. We've got him right here. We've got our stop loss obviously at the low of this box. Remember, I don't use a stop loss, but if you were to do this, boom. So I never gave out the signal for market open for anyone. I want people to know I didn't do that. If I've seen price going in like this, then I would have told people to get in. I never gave out the signal like that for this trade here because why? Why are we not? Just give me one reason why I never gave this signal out. Let me know, people. Remember, I trade gold on a more like attack basis, let's call it that. But for the beginner using this program, this indicator, why would you not enter gold right now? Let's just say, like, why would you just not do it? I want to know if people are paying attention. Simple. That's it. There you go. There you go. It's very simple. Anton, Francesco, very simple. There's no confluence. There's no daily IFVG that's new. For you to now trade gold, you've got to be a little bit more advanced, which I expect people to be in 3 months and so on. Remember, it's lifetime access. So obviously, I've been trading gold from day one. You see my first video on YouTube. I could trade gold on a naked chart. I don't even need an indicator because I've been trading it literally for 6 years plus. You understand? So I know how to trade gold. So the indicator just gives me a little bit of a warm, it gives me just a little bit more confidence. But overall, I know how to trade gold. That's why I was in the buy. So now, just alone on having this 4 hour bullish IFVG, knowing how structure looked on gold, I'm like, okay, gold can buy. So we can see the buy zone is happening here. Remember, look, the Oracle zone is there. Boom. What do we see gold doing? We see gold buying from that zone. Now, this is where I said the example comes from. Okay. Now, what we have here is if you want to start looking at a buy, not based on a daily IFVG, remember, this is knowledge of me trading gold for years, people. No indicator, years. But the indicators helped me here to know, okay, my knowledge plus this indicator now, if it is going to continue to buy with my knowledge of 6 years, this is what we can look for. So this is why I told everybody to start looking for a trade setup. Anyone that's in my groups will know the number was 4/100. Do you see? And then what happens? Price comes ever so close to the 4/100, ever so close, but it fails to hit, it doesn't hit it. Boom, doesn't hit it, it misses it. Now we've got the box here. We still don't have the bullish IFVG. Isn't that a bit funny that gold is consolidating still? It's not breaking out. But I've told everyone, hey, now you can, if gold is going to continue to buy, get in here. I put my stop loss just slightly lower than this Oracle box. And I've told people get in for this trade. And obviously you can go higher and higher and higher. But let's just see what happens. Boom. Then gold does start to buy up. So there's no way, just from me using that knowledge, there's no way you couldn't have made money. Because already this is a 3 hour trade. I gave this trade set up straight away, pretty much, when the market opened within the first hour. And then people were in 3 hour profit. Can you see? But where did gold take its orders from? Where did it take it from, people? Where was the place that you could see with just the one part of Neo? Where did it take its orders from? Go on, guys and girls. I know you got this question. Where is the one place it could have done that? There you go. Perfect. It took its orders from here, the Oracle zone. Literally, this is where it took its orders from. There was nowhere else. Do you understand? This is why I have these zones there. Because even when the dashboard, look, pay attention to what I'm saying. Even when the dashboard is not matching, it's still something good. Do you understand? Give me 1 second, guys and girls. 1 second. Hello, people. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just let me know if you can hear me. And you know I'm back. Can you hear me? Cool. Yeah. So, do you get the point of what I'm trying to tell you? This is why I'm showing you these types of examples. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, this is why I'm showing you these types of examples. Do you understand? Because it's all good and well. I don't want to be in a point that I'm just trying to tell people, look at this buy trade, look at this buy trade. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably going to drop some YouTube videos and saying, look, because obviously I got shorten the YouTube content. It's going to be like 10 minutes. This is more of a Zoom call. I prefer to do this because obviously gain more knowledge from these than just the normal Zoom call. You just don't, innit? But sorry, than the normal YouTube video. Sorry, if what I meant to say. You gain more from the YouTube from the Zoom calls. But remember what I said here. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can definitely do. You can make it brighter if you want to. I just literally just put it. Sorry, I put it for my own settings. Because obviously, you don't want. You can literally make it brighter. Yeah, I can make it full green. Wait for it to load up. Boom. Sorry, people. That's my bad. So that's what I'm trying to say. We're all here to learn together. So yeah, boom. You can see that the Oracle zone is obviously lighter now. Boom. Can you see? So you got the lighter zone, so you can see what you're looking for right there, and you're ready to look for your trade setups. And the Oracle zone's got three parts to it. The middle part is always where the most activity is going to basically happen for you. 9 out of 10 times. So price goes to that middle part, which is there. You're always going to have a middle part, just like a middle part of your box. If you got IFVG, notice that when you trade IFVGs or FVGs, or order blocks, they'll tell you that the middle zone is like where they go to mitigate and then they'll reverse from there. It's always the stronger part. So I've even seen, you can see here prices on the middle part. And I'm like, yep, this is pretty much going to buy it because it's got to basically just drop out the sky for it to fail. If anything, it might go just a little bit here, but boom, it should go. And this is how I was able to make money on gold yesterday. I re-entered gold, posted it, gave it as a signal to everyone, and you can see straight away. So the Oracle zone is literally where the order is. And again, boom, yeah, we can see the move happen there. So that's how I was able to give out the gold trade. Obviously, we know it's consolidating at the moment. It's refusing to break out. It's probably waiting for news from like another day, but it's slowly breaking out. Doesn't mean it's not going to. And price hasn't broken this zone. Price is holding this zone. You can see this is the live market right now. Price is holding this area from here. So you're just waiting for price to continue to go all the way up. You see it? So right now you'd still be in profit in gold. I'm still in profit now. I'm still in this trade, people. I'm still in this trade live right now. Let me even go check here. Yeah, I'm up 700 on this trade right now. 770. I re-entered. I remember I closed my positions from down here and I re-entered from here. And to make it funny, I even added another position. No, sorry, have I got still one? I've got to double check that. So I've been in a few trades on different accounts. But yes, I'm up 770 anyway. But I'm pretty sure I entered yesterday. Give me a second. Just checking. Ooh. Yes, I did. I entered yesterday. Well, this morning I entered Asian session. So yeah, I entered my first position at 4133, and then my second position at 152. So I've entered when it's the market opened, and I entered when I saw the pullback to the box in London session, basically. That's what I've done for the continuation. Then obviously I explained to everyone they're probably even going to sweep the Asian low. So just be careful. But the box is lower than the Asian low anyway. So that's what they did. And yeah, but now look at the table now. Can you see how the table's getting brighter and brighter? Look at the table on Neo. Look how it's getting brighter and brighter. So eventually what's going to happen is going to break out. And then if it continues, it's going to create a daily bullish IFVG, meaning now we can start to look even for more buys again, even if it's a quick buy that's only like a day trade because we're near the all-time highs. Do you get it, guys and girls? Simple. All right, cool. So let's see if there's another pair. So Dixie, so I trade accounts as well, and this is one of the reasons why. This is just Dixie. Now, Dixie's not even got a Confluence or anything here, but it's funny. I actually trade multiple people's accounts. You can get into that service as well. You just got to message me where I'm trying to grow people's accounts. I'm trying to do this to people's accounts, by the way. And I'm not saying that we're not going to withdraw from these accounts. 100% we're going to end up withdrawing from some of these accounts at some points. But it's not even, I'm doing another one with Neo as well, by the way, just testing it. It might not work, it might do, but I'm trying to do £10 to like maybe 1K or whatever or more, just trading these Neo trades that I'm talking about when it lines up. Yeah. But on the other accounts that I'm trading for people, I'm doing £100, and then my first target's obviously trying to get to 1,000. So I think the biggest account I've got at the moment from 100, I think is around about 300 almost. So it's just under here. Obviously, I have to be very careful with the trade setups I've got. There's other filters I will speak about in the VIP sessions for people as well. That why specifically it will only trade this one on top of this trade. Again, all these filters are either I can show you what it is, or I can just code it into Neo as well. So, but yeah, my whole point is to try and get to here, trade 14. And I'm taking my time with this, people. I'm only looking for one trade a week. And if there is no trade in that week, I'm not taking that trade. If there is two trades in a week, I'll try and go for it. But let's say but I'll only do that if I've won a trade. So if I win a trade, then I might say, oh, this looks so good. I might say, okay, I'm willing to risk like 10% or 20% of what I won because I've won for the week to see if I can get to another level in the week. See if I can do two levels. But yeah, boom. This is what I'm trying to do eventually. I'm not going to just scale it all the way there. We are going to withdraw as well because I think it's very important. The last thing I'd like to do is to get to 100K and then blow the account. Do you understand? That's the last thing. So we are going to withdraw along the way. So it makes sense. But the whole aim is to keep these accounts going. And I'm going to work with a short net of people with these accounts where we are trying to just make money, basically. We're just going for it. Long story short, just going for it. I'm just going to see the message. And on US oil. Just got an alert on US oil since this one of my workloads. Bearish degrade detected. So let's go over to US oil. US oil. I don't actually trade US oil. Even though I have it here. Let's go here. US oil. US oil. What time frame are you on? You got this as well. And what broker are you using? Are you using TVC? This is what I'm on now. And yeah. But yeah, look already. Why is I'm not gonna say anything. Why is US oil a no good pair to look at right now? If you're paying attention, people in this Zoom call, because I know you just joined today, Yusuf, so it actually makes a lot of sense. You just joined today, literally. Why is it not a good pair for you to take this trade? Somebody tell me. Come on, people. I'm expecting people to tell me why is it not a good pair? Nope, 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 nope. There's one reason why this pair is a load of faff to not trade right now for the sell. Why? Just don't trade it. There's one reason. Nope, nope. That's not it. Let's go. Come on, let's keep going. People must know why is this not a good trade to sell. I've said it several times in this video. Several times I've said it in this video. If you don't know, you don't know. Why is this pair not good to trade right now? Somebody else that might know. Yusuf just joined today, so I don't expect him to have all the answers. But Anybody else that's been around me, why is this not a good pair to trade right now? Gold seems to be moving. What's mine? All right, if you don't know the answer, I'm going to tell you straight away, guys and girls. If you don't know it, gold isn't. I'm sorry, US oil is not good because again, this is what I said. People get excited when they see something. I'm not saying you're getting excited, but people do because they're like, "Oh, John said just wait for the confluences and then look for a trade." Yeah, I've said it several times. This is why I told people get that if you lose like 10 trades in a row, take screenshots and get the data so we can either A, work on it to make the product better for everyone because you might have found something that's not working at some point, or B, what you need to do, I can't even remember at the point I was, sorry, people, I can't remember. Um, what was I saying here? Boom. Yeah, so yeah, this is why they would say, oh, yeah, the confidence of line that I've taken the trade, but I'm like, no, I've said it so many times. What you need to do is wait for the daily IFVG. This does not say one. It does not say one. So you don't care. Because what people try to do is they're trying to make the most money as quick as possible. What when then again, I'm gonna go back to it. It is lifetime access. If the market crashes, the whole world is over with. There's no point us caring about Forex. There is no point us even caring about an indicator if the market crashes because the world's going to go into chaos. So, because we know that's highly unlikely to happen for now, because we can't predict that future, yeah, wait for this to say daily one, one. There's no need to rush this process. There's going to be, this is happening every week, multiple times all over the place between pairs. Do you understand? Wait for it to say one. You're never going to get to this type of point of growth. What I'm showing you here, this is what their eyes are, watering because they want to get here. They're sad because they're not got here yet. And then, their mouth is salivating. So their saliva is drooling out of their mouth like, you know how the dogs do when dogs start running? Your mouth is going to start drooling like that to get to these numbers. Yeah, let's just be honest. Let's all be honest here. Yeah. But you're only going to get there if you start to filter out the noise. Wait for the daily IFVG to say one. You will not lose, yeah, 10 trades or 5 trades in a row like that. What I said before, you're not going to. It's just not going to happen to you. I'm telling you. So wait for it. So this is why US oil is not a good trade right now. It's not great for scalping. Yeah, maybe so, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to ensure you win right now. I'm trying to teach you how to win, people. Yeah, how you win because it increases your win rate by a lot. You might as well start from the higher probability, and then once you're making money that way, then you bring it back a second. Now you can start saying, okay, but can I make money a little bit faster because I'm already making 2 to 3 to 4 to 5K a month trading John's daily IFEGs. Do you understand my point? So again, it's not to go off at anyone, it's not a rant, but I have to make sure I keep saying it because I'm telling you, and everybody in this Zoom who watches this will join the VIP chat, and you're going to see people post and say, it's not working. But I'm going to see, but this is why I said, take your screenshot of everything so I can see it and I can go back and check the trade myself. Did it say daily IFEG plus one? And then did you wait for the confluences? Like, so obviously the confluence is the box there because we can see prices buying up. And that's because right now this IFVG has happened 3 days ago. It might be weak. It might hold it. I'm not saying it won't. But why take the trade if it's not there? It's not worth it. So I know it's a bit of an explanation. There's stuff going on in my background. But did that make sense to you, Yusuf? Did it make sense? And again, my information wasn't aimed at you. I'm not trying to offend you in any way. I'm just trying to explain for everyone. Did it make sense for you, Yusuf? And did everyone else understand that? All right, cool. Good. That's what we want to see. Remember, I don't care if people tell me it loses 10 times. I'm going to keep saying it. But what you need to do is work with me, people. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a crap mentor. I'm not a scammer. Let's actually go through it and try and make it better so the product can be better for all of us. You understand? If I've missed something, yeah, maybe I have. Then let's make it better. So collect data. If 20, 30, 40, 50, 1,000 people are collecting data, are we not going to get to our destination quicker? If we're all collecting data on Neo right now, we're not going to get to our destination quicker. Yes. All I ask is don't be ridiculous. Please don't start telling me about turtle soup patterns and all of this stuff, flying wombat strategy that we have to start adding in there. Just be realistic. That's all I'm asking. And then I can code it into Neo. Yeah. Because we don't want to make it too, it might be cool for you, but it might be very overcomplicated for other people that I have to explain that information to. All right, cool. So boom. So that is why in the live market of US 30, I'm sorry, US oil, I would not trade it because there is no daily IFVG. There's no fresh daily IFVG. It does not say one here. It says free. So I'm not interested in this pair right now. Yes, it might continue to sell. It could easily sell from this box, but why give myself that stress? Why do you have two charts on the right? How do I say it? You just add two indicators, and then when you go to the indicator, remember you can add the indicator twice. Set one of your indicators to aggressive mode, set one to medium, and then here on the table settings, I've done this many times in other Neo indicators. Your table position, set one to top right, and then the other one to top left. Where is it? Bottom left, sorry. Sorry, bottom right, my bad. So set one to top right and the other one to bottom right. And then you have two. And it's just so I can just see, me, I like to see everything. Some people don't like so much noise. Some people do. I want to see everything because if I'm trying to make £10,000 in a trade or even £1,000, I want to see everything, bro. I want to see everything. Some people don't. Some people do. Thanks. Why do you keep? Which one do I've got the IFVG one at the top because I love this is what I keep talking about. I love IFVGs. So ever since I've paid more attention to them, I've always known about FVGs, but I only started to learn about IFVGs kind of during this year. I don't know why this has even happened to me. Sometimes it just happens like that in trading. But ever since I've learned about them, I'm just like, wow, this it kind of just merged into everything I was already doing, trying to find a point of when the market's turning around and it's building a new trend and it's trying to give you that move set up. You understand? And then I realize, and I always go to pinpointed time frames. So I'll say, okay, what does this indicator or what does this strategy do on the daily? Start from there. Then I'll go down to the 4 hour, and then I say, okay, cool. Now I can see results between the 4 hour and the daily. What does this do on the weekly? Oh, no, this is too big for the weekly, or no, this is perfect. So I've noticed that weekly IFEGs are great, but you're not going to get them often because obviously price has to move so much to create a weekly fair value gap or IFEG. It could take a month before you get a break or a month and a half. Um, but as when you go to structure, structure is what I love on the weekly because it takes 3 weekly candles and you could get a break of structure basically. So yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, so that's that one there. So any other questions for that one so far? Boom. So yeah, I just want to show this as well, just before we leave here. I just want to show that this does work on futures as well. So there's people out there that trade prop accounts that they can't trade Forex. They have to close their trade out. We have members in the group that already have prop accounts that have futures as well, and it does show you. It does trade on there. So you can see here already. Look here. Look, people. If I'm lying, I'm flying right in front of your eyes. This is a live market. I just never went to this. This is a live trade that you would have been in right now. Look. So you can see here you've got levels of this. So this is your live trade right here. Um, This is live, people. I never gave the signal out because obviously I've made my money, and you can go in the channel that will be in the link description. You can see how many trade ideas I gave out this week. But look, this is a live trade. You can put your stop loss here. 'Cause obviously, I know if you're trading prop accounts and futures, you can't have a stop loss down here. That's massive. You understand? So you could add your stop loss like here. Boom. You'd have been in this trade for this buy. And futures move a lot smoother. I've noticed that once they move, they just move. That's why people trade futures more than they trade Forex. They don't do that crap Forex does where it consolidates for flipping 25 years. They actually just once they move, they just, yep, we're going up, we're going up. And I'm sure a lot of people can agree on that. If we're going down, we're going down. So but yeah, look, straight away, boom. So I'm sure there's a trader in here already. Grift. I'm sure this person caught this trade because they're on it. And look at this. Look, this is an A plus setup. Look, people. Can you see? So you can see this live. Look at the juice. Look. This is an A plus setup, A1 setup. You can see you even got a new 4 hour. Okay, that's from that break there, the 4 hour bullish IFVG. But straight away, you had it right there. So you had a nice continuation of this trade. And look what happened. Price just respected the Oracle zone. Do you get it, people? Are you seeing it a little bit better now? Now that I've gone through a few pairs, the Oracle Zone, the Confluence list, and the main focus right now with the daily IFVG. Those three things: the Confluence, the daily IFVG, and the Oracle Zones. Are you paying? Are you getting it a bit better now? Anybody that's still in the Zoom for me? The key to this indicator is patience, and this is why I never traded. There's still another filter, but I don't want to go in it in this one. Remember, I told you I promised that we're going to do the settings. I did in the first video. The second one was the buy and sell zones, which I've already coded into here for us now, which is great. I've actually managed to do it. Yeah, which is great. It took me all night. I kid you not, people. It took me all night. That's why I probably even missed that trade to give out that trade. Look, we've got the same one here, but look at the difference. So out of the two pairs, you would have traded the other one because the other one came to the box. This one you wouldn't have because notice that price never came back to the box. You see? The Oracle zone never came back. You see, so you couldn't trade it, literally. But the other filter is this one, and this one I could code into here, but for now it's just straightforward. I use pivot points, it's transparent. I use pivot points on my monthly time frame. So boom, because I'm on a 4 hour chart, you got to set it to that. And the pivot points show me because when I've noticed when price goes down to a pivot point, then creates the IFVG, price is going to continue in that direction. It's very, remember, it's a monthly support or resistance. So if they go there and they create a daily IFVG, well, there's a good chance they're going to continue that move. So that's one of the filters that I use as well. But I'll add that. That's for, so if there's like 10 IFVG pairs, instead of trading all 10 of them, I would just check which one is actually rejected off a monthly pivot. Does that make sense? So now there might only be three of them. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to trade 10. I'm only going to trade those three. Whether they lose or not, now I've filtered down three pairs. So if I've got a proper count, I can now split my risk between those three trading instruments. Done. Yeah, there you go. But you see, MES, yeah, and all these other ones, they never had. The only one that had the IFEG was these ones here. Not this one. Which one? I think it was. Sorry. Was it this one? I'm trying to see which one had a. No. So this one here, yeah, this one came up today as well. I didn't check this. Look, this is another one again for you. This is another one that's popped up. It was there. Obviously, you got to check the confluence list and replay mode. But look, you can see bullish. You see why I'm saying? Why are you stressing yourself, people? It's actually a gem. But again, people they struggle because I'm just gonna say it how it is. They just don't want to listen when I say it. People are gonna start going down time frames and doing all sorts of madness, and I'm like, you don't need to do that because look, how many examples? The examples I showed you at the beginning of the video were from the start of this week. Imagine how many trades have you been able to trade? You understand? You've had like so many opportunities this week. And this is just 1 week, is what I'm trying to say. But look, boom, there again, straight from the box. Maybe your stop loss was at the midpoint here. Boom, there you go. Trade setup. So let's even go through all of these quickly. Nope. So you can see that one didn't match up. This was me picking out the sell zones and showing people examples of the sells before. This one doesn't match up because we can see straight away it's still bearish, and you can see it didn't even go to the box, didn't even touch it. So you didn't have to stress yourself about that. I can set alerts as well for when price goes into the Oracle box as well. So I can figure that out. So you don't have to worry about that as well, people. I can set alerts. But really and truly, I don't need to set alerts. You can literally just put a bloody uh horizontal line and just add an alert. Like I don't need to code that. You can just do that. You just set an alert by putting an alert on a horizontal line and just put it once per bar close. And yeah, that's just it. Once per bar close and then put an alert there. Literally. You just do that. So I don't even need to code that. So we can free up the coding for some more better stuff for the indicator. But yeah, look here, see bearish. So you don't trade that pair. You don't trade this pair. Already you can see the pairs that you would have been trading today. You would have traded this pair because boom. So you've instantly shortcutted how much your workflow needs to take place by. by just doing this. You just see what I just did there, guys and girls. Did you see how easy that was? I don't know. Nobody can tell me that's not easy. Like to find a trade, nobody can tell me that's not easy. I've just literally, I'm going down my watch list and now I can say, oh, yeah, okay, so I want to look at buying this. I want to look at buying this today. Um, yeah, oh, yeah, I'm gonna look at buying this one today. We'll see what happens. And then out of the two of them, which one got activated? YM1 got activated. You get it? And then we're just gonna keep going. This is how simple it is, guys and girls. Boom. This one here would have got activated, so this was another one. You'd have been in profit in that one. You'd have been in profit in this one as well. So, so there was four. There was no way you can make a mistake. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you put your risk, and this one, you're not trading this pair. Boom. Let me route the drawings because that was old drawings. But boom, you're not trading this pair. So yeah, it's that simple, guys and girls. So that's futures, and then it also works with stocks, but stocks are a bit more different because stocks gap a lot. So you definitely have to know how to trade your stocks, but it does work with them. I'm not going to go into replay mode because just take its time. But there was a zone here. Price action came back to this zone, bought up. I showed all the examples of this in the free group. Stocks, they gap a lot more. I don't trade stocks, so I'm not going to go on like I'm an expert. I don't trade stocks. There was this sell setup that came here with this bearish IFVG here. This one's setting up for buys now. Look, look, this is an example. We'll go back to this one in a future video. If anyone joins a future video and remembers that. So I'm even going to move this. But there was a sell setup here and the price action continued to sell. But not, right now, we're just going to set this up here. You can already see. So we've got a bullish IFVG one. Our zone is here. And I want to make it clear for everyone, you're going to see every day the zone will obviously move for the next day. So if you have a zone entry, obviously if you've taken the trade, you can use your longer short tool. But if not, just set yourself up a box like this here, simple, and then just extend it to the right. So at least you know, boom, that was your Oracle zone area. Because the way I've had to make it, I couldn't make it that it keeps the box specifically there because that's a good trade. For me to do that, I've got to set a bunch of indications together, and it took long enough just to get the boxes. So I was like, boy, I could probably try and do that over time, but that's going to be a bit bigger of a system to do. But it's not impossible. That oh, when the right confluences come, then keep that box there so you know this is a hot spot for buys continuously going forward or sells. Do you get it? But right now, boom, you could just draw the rectangle tool where the box was, so you know that's where it was on your analysis. You can obviously call it Oracle Zone, so you just know. You can even probably put a date there or something like that. Yeah, and then you can have the continuation of this trade going forward. Boom. So let's just see what happens with Amazon. But you see, people, it does work also with stocks, is what I'm trying to tell you. This one did work, but this is a stock wick out. So this was a huge gap. So obviously, if you had your stop loss at the top of the box, you would have lost this trade. But then it did come back down, respect it. Look how it closed below the box. This is how strong these boxes are. Look how it closed below the box. And then obviously it continued to go down after that. Do you understand? So I'm trying to tell you, it works with everything, people. You don't have to think it just works with currency pairs. It works with absolutely everything. So now we've got a new one for Meta. So these are all appearing today. Yeah, you've got a new setup for Meta. Uh, what is it? So I'm trying to go here, go and find my tools. So bear with me, people. There we go. There we go. So let's see what happens with Meta in the future as well. For the Oracle Zone. So let's see what happens if it respects this box. These are all possible trade setups. I'm letting people know with stocks because Neo's telling us look for the trade. You even got A1 here. So look for the trade setup. It's going to start buying. But you get the point. So I've pretty much gone through everything here. I think this is enough for the Zoom. Again, it's gone over the hour. We'll try to make it quicker, but I don't think it's possible. But yeah, this was a Zoom for everybody here to understand it. The main points to take away. Yes, there was something special I was going to say with this, but I think I have to do that in a set video. I have to do it in a set video because I have to pinpoint specific trades to just say boom, 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 and then I'll be able to tell you what it is. But don't worry, there will be a competition coming up in the videos. I do promise you that. I'm sorry that I couldn't do it in this video, but because I had to go a little bit all over the place in this video because obviously I'm teaching as well. Um, you have to bear with me, but there will be a competition. Just hold fire anyway. Boom, 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 boom. So if you get stopped out, consider entering. Yeah, definitely. That's an idea. That's an idea, Yusuf. What you're saying, I can already see what you're saying. I get it. Imagine you're in a trade, it stops you out, and then you might as well say, okay, boom, it stopped me out this trade. But if it is correct, because it's doing a slingshot, let me put a sell stop at the bottom of this box, and then yeah, you would have won this trade. Because this was a sell trade set up here, and it obviously did the same annoying thing, the wick out, the infamous wick. And obviously the wick was just to cover this gap. You can see the gap here. So yeah, boom. But again, remember, once you get better at trading, it's kind of hard because I've got people that are good at trading that will understand, hey, I'm not going to enter this trade yet because we can cover this gap. But then I've got people that are absolute beginners, which the product is for both people. But obviously, if you're an absolute beginner, you're going to make mistakes. There's no way I can stop a beginner from making mistakes unless I literally enter the trade for them and it copies over to my account. It's just not possible. You understand? Literally, that's the only way you're going to stop beginners from making mistakes. And they probably still make mistakes because they'll probably trade the account or try and double up on the trade. So you understand? But what you said there was a perfect example. You said it was like perfect that you could literally like do the data on it. Be like, hey, every time it's done a box area, I wait for it to go the wrong way, but then I put a buy or sell stop on the bottom or the top. And I've noticed every time I do that, I seem to win because then I don't get drawdown. I just get straight into the trade. You could do that. It's a method. You understand? It depends on how you feel, literally. But that's why the box is there. Make your mind up. Remember, like I told everyone, the strategy is sorted for you. The only thing I've got to really teach people is risk management. The strategy's there. It's simple as day. Please read it out loud for the benefit of those. Okay, yeah, cool. So if you get stopped out, consider entering a buy stop or sell stop at the level of the box so that if it comes back into the box and continues in the direction that you expected, you can re-enter and profit. Although I'd recommend using less risk on the re-entry, 100%. Please read it. Yeah, cool. So that's exactly what he said there. So imagine you've entered a trade with 1% risk, you've got stopped out. Okay, maybe your next entry, you could say, I'm willing to lose 0.5% if it goes the wrong way again on this one. So you lose 1.5% if both times you lose. Or maybe you do 0.50 the first time and then 0.50 risk the next time. That's 1% altogether. You could do that. Do you understand? So it makes sense. Literally, people, you can literally do that. But what we can see is that 9 out of 10 times it does this. It literally wick out and go the right way after. This is, but the reason why I'm saying this is that it's not even the boxes that gives you that idea of it. It's the damn daily IFVGs. They're so strong, people. They're so strong. Even this one here says it can sell. They're so strong that even if price wants to go grab liquidity, they eventually say, "Hey, we have to go back this way. We created this inversion." You understand? And that's what they do. That's why I said it's better to wait for the one. You understand? It's literally better to wait for that at that point. Yeah, guys and girls. So yeah, does that make sense anyway? So I've literally shown you about the Oracle zones, what they do, what you need to wait for, daily IFVG. 9 out of 10 times these confluences are going to pick them up. But if they don't, you can watch this Zoom call so you can understand that that's how it works, literally. Yeah. And yeah, you just take it from there. Yeah. Any other questions before I go out? Because I need to eat some food. I can't lie to you. But if there's any other questions, let me know, please. Yeah, let me know. I'm following these, by the way. Can you share? So everything makes sense. Can you share in the group what pairs you're following, like futures? Remember, I'm not trading futures. I'm just giving examples for people that do trade futures. I don't. But these are all the pairs here. You'll see them on the recording. Literally, they're just there. So anyone can copy all of these pairs and they can watch it. I'm watching all of them. Because remember, I'm trying to check the indicator against everything. So because people ask me, does it trade this? I even went to the VIX as well, people. It does everything. It does volatility index as well. Look here. Boom. So the VIX is selling. But look, the VIX has got a bullish IFEG on the daily, so we can't trade it. Do you understand? So we haven't got a bearish IFEG on the daily yet on the VIX. Obviously the VIX probably moves a certain way, but it works on the VIX as well. Give you, and even look here. Like, let's say there was a bearish IFEG, it would have been here. Look at this trade set up here from Wednesday going down. So from Tuesday, you can see the box owners here and what's price doing. It's selling. It never went above this box after this point here. You can see this is the stupid wick as well. Look how small that wick is there. But I'm trying to think the box started from here actually. Boom, this is where the box would have appeared, by the way. So yeah, it never pulled back to the box, sorry. That's the bad thing. From the day before, I think it was the previous one it did, but not this one. Never pulled back to it, but overall, it is selling. But it does work on the VIX as well. It works on other stuff to show you. Let's see if it's got in this. Yeah, here we go. Here's a better one. So there's VIX 9. There's this one. I haven't checked this one. Look here. Just to show people, this is the VIX as well, people. Like this is the VIX as well. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Look, look, look. You see the money? You see the bloody stinking money, people? You see the bloody stinking money? Look. It works on everything, people. I kid you not. It works on everything. And this is a setup I would have taken. Why would I have taken this setup? Exactly what I told you. Monthly rejection of the pivot point, daily IFVG, box entry here. This is there. It's got every confluence, all the extra filters that I would have taken. So out of all of them, let's say none of them rejected off the pivot as well. And this was the only one. This is one I would have took for the sell. But like I said, that's just for me to filter. I will be teaching you guys and girls about this as we go along. But what I've already given you from the settings video to this one is strong enough for you to trade. People are already making money. But the main thing from this video you need to pay attention to, what's the main thing you need to take away from this video? And that's when I'll cut the video. Everyone needs to know what is the main thing you need to look for every single time before you take a trade. What's the main thing, guys and girls? Cool. I just want to know if anyone else picks it up as well. 'Cause I know you're on the ball, eh? Yeah, cool, 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 cool. Cool, cool, cool. There you go. That's it. And I just want to just say this point, just for the people that watch this video eventually, and for anybody in this chat. Have you not seen enough data from this video for me to tell you it looks like you have something that could be winning as a strategy here in terms of the daily IFVG? Is it fair for me to say that from everything I've shown here, or is it confusing? That's what I'm asking. Like, just wait for it. There you go. I got the answer most definitely for the other people that watch this back. Defo fair. I'm telling you, it's just worth waiting for that. Obviously, if you only trade one pair, it might be a bit slower, but it's still way better. It's way better. I'm telling you, it's way better. There's no way if you only traded even one, but let's say you only trade like EU. Most people only trade majors sometimes, like EU. If you just traded only the IFEGs, you would have made money. Last week there was the sell. This week, let's look here. Even if you just, I'm just going to check this one. EU, boom. Look here. AU, I believe EU does have it. I'm not sure if it's EU or GU. No, it's GU. There's GU. GU. So, okay, last week there was the sell on EU anyway. That's the winning trade we took. And then GBP USD was the buy today that you would have been able to take. If you look at this, boom. So if you only just traded the majors, boom. So you would have had some type of profit. Yeah. So yes, you might not get a trade every day, but you're gonna get trades like pretty much almost every week. So you imagine you're making 1% a week profit on a proper count. You should pass a proper count within 3 to, I'll say three, sorry, 12. Let's say it's 10% you got to gain. 3, 6, 9, 12. So yeah, within about 3 to 4 months, you'll pass a proper count if you're making 1% a week. And but pardon me, most times you're gonna make more than 1%. You're probably gonna be making like 2% anyway. So you can pass a proper count in like 3 months, 2 months, literally taking steady 1% trades, just waiting on daily IFEGs. So yeah, it's very clear. All right, cool. So we're gonna leave the video there. I'm gonna upload this one. Like I've said, obviously there's gonna be more marketing videos on YouTube. Yes, I have to obviously market the product. Nobody's gonna be watching, like not nobody. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Not everybody's gonna watch an hour and a half Zoom call. This is why my videos are not getting as much views. But obviously, if I market it where it just gets to the point, then people will obviously join. I want to make obviously the community great again because the community has been very quiet. I went through a mad situation this year, so I haven't managed to focus all my time and efforts on trading. But that's why I just gave me one last surge of energy to get to the bottom of creating this indicator now. But yes, there will be a lot of marketing videos, I understand. Yeah, no, of course I will. Once I start making yeah, no, you're right, you're right. For the longer versions of this video, I will actually start doing that. You're actually right, Yusuf. I'll use AI to edit some clips out of this. Let's actually try that. We'll try that. We'll try that. We'll try your idea. Well, I'm gonna do that because I haven't done that one yet, and obviously I'm very aware of it. But maybe if I get loads of short clips and people see loads of short clips, boom, then it just makes it easier because I prefer to do these videos, even though it takes time. It's just quicker because you don't have to sit down now and edit the video for an hour and a half or 2 hours trying to edit, 15 minutes worth of footage or 20 minutes. It's crazy. So, but yeah, I'll use AI. That's a very good point to just chop up the videos. Yeah, man. Again, and like, is it possible for a simple buy and sell? Hold on. Yeah, shorts grab people's attention. Yeah, we know everyone's attention is a bit shorter nowadays. That's why. Sorry, let me hear this. Sorry, came in a bit late, but is it possible for a simple buy and sell indicator on the chart does doesn't repaint in the future? When you say a simple buy and sell indicator, what do you mean by that? Like a buy and sell button or buy now, or what do you mean? Okay, yes, yes. No, I do get what you're saying. Yeah, it can. I can add to that. I can add to that, but you got to remember for that to happen again, like I said, it's got to go through. Remember, I just added the Oracle zones yesterday. I just added them. So and I haven't coded a strategy based on that. I was looking to do this, but my mind was just running, many ideas. I was looking to create a strategy mode. So strategy mode, because these two do have it. You're thinking that it's not there, but it is there these, this one, the aggressive mode and the medium mode. That's why you've got a breakout entry. It tells you when to buy. So you're going to get a confluence and it's going to tell you the levels. It's basically literally telling you buy. It just don't say buy and sell on the chart. It tells you your entry points and your stop loss and you take profit. Do you understand? It's already doing that for these two modes. But when this one appears, yes, I can look to do that one. Do you understand? I can look to do it, but I'd have to create again a set of steps that price has to go through before. And I couldn't do it before you have to code the Oracle zone first before you can do the next step, which is what you're asking for. So that is a good point. So I could do that. I'll look into that definitely. I'll definitely look into that, mate. But that's all part of it. That's what I'm telling people. Like, I don't know why everyone's not buying this because you just came up with an idea and it's reasonable what you asked for. It might take a bit of time. It's reasonable, and I can just do that. Maybe an alert when the no, there's no point of that because they form every single day. They don't form randomly out of nowhere. These zones they form every single day. You need the strategy of what I explained. You see how I'm saying this? We do have it there, but remember, pay attention to what I'm saying. I only made the Oracle yesterday. Yeah. We already have the strategy for the confluences here. The Oracle hasn't been coded into a confluence. Do you see it? So this is why I haven't been able to make a buy or sell label. But what you said makes sense. And like I said, I know I've got to go into that. But yeah, at the same time, obviously, I got to take care of stuff outside of trading as well. Because and that's what I'm saying. People ask for stuff. They'll ask for discounts and whatever and all this stuff. But people sometimes, just to make the Oracle thing, it took me about 8 hours of coding. I'm literally, it's nighttime. Like, imagine I'm talking to you now, and then it's the next morning, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still here trying to make a buy and sell label. Do you get my point? So obviously, I'm not saying you're forcing man to do anything or anything like that, but you've got to understand that when you ask for updates, sometimes they're difficult and they take hours. And remember, if I'm not making no money doing all of that, money's got to come from somewhere. It's got to come from somewhere. That's what I'm saying. So what you're saying is very reasonable, and I think it makes sense to have that. It'd be a great addition. But I'm just saying, that's why I say you've got to be reasonable with what you ask for people, and that is very reasonable. Sorry, did someone else ask questions? Can you add something to the indicator that marks out the 2 week reversal? Ah, James, you know what? Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was thinking of that as well. So I was actually thinking of that. What James is talking about is this as well, guys and girls. Yeah, this is what James is talking about. I made this indicator here which shows 2 week highs and lows basically. But obviously I've got it, but again, I wanted to make something that people could trade first rather than just that. Again, what I've noticed is that the market moves in a 2 week shift. So you can see it here straight away. Look, this is week one. Let's just call it this. Let's go to the 2 week chart actually, so we can see it here. Boom. So this opened, yeah, boom, there you go. So look here, we go back here. So this is a new week. That's why the market's moving like this week as well, People got to understand. People don't know this. It's a secret gem. I don't mind sharing it to everyone. People don't know. I'm saying a lot of people don't pay attention to this. The market moves in 2 week movements. A lot of the scalpers are getting in between before the breakout, but the swing traders make money from the breakout. So this is a new 2 week from this Monday. What's happening? So think about the logic of it. And yes, James, but it makes more sense that I'm doing it this way. Now we've got Neo, then we can pay attention. Let me get off this. So because I've enabled certain things here. Boom. This one hasn't yeah, this one hasn't been fully updated yet. Give me a second. Boom, 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 boom. But you can see the stuff I'm adding to anyway. Show designs and there we go. Boom. All right, cool. So we can still see that GU technically is in a consolidation based on the 2 week breakouts. You see, but it's breaking out now. Can you see? So this was the previous 2 week level. So it's breaking out. But what you're going to get for some pairs, just so I can make more sense of it, and it doesn't mean you can't trade in between this. This is why I still haven't done it because I got to figure out, is it still safe to be able to trade trades in between here? Like, how does it work with the IFVGs on the daily? And then how does the breakouts work? But what would be cool is if now we can see that pairs that do break out of a 2 week high or low, that do have the setup, you understand? Then we've got a trade entry that could happen. But what I'm using already as a filter, this is why I haven't even gone back into that just yet. But it's in the back burner. This is the little tweaks in the filter. So let's say people are saying, I'm losing 5 trades. These are part of the little tweaks that I will make, not a new strategy, just a tweak. Do you understand? And really and truly, anything like this I make, I can just add into the Confluence bar. This is why we got these elements of the indicator. I can add it to the Confluence bar. So the Confluence bar automatically picks this up. Do you understand? So it won't give you a trade sub unless this has happened as an extra filter. Hopefully that makes sense. But you can see GU's just literally been consolidating. But look here, people. When GU broke through, probably this was a pre 2 week low previously. You see the massive so it did. Swing trader heaven. Now this is scalpers heaven for buy, sell, buy, sell. You see? This is how scalpers made money for like 4 weeks, buy and selling GU. There you're gonna see loads of profits. But now we're breaking back through a 2 week high. So what do we think price can do? It can go above here, continue, and boom. You see it? You get the point. So yes, that could be added to the system, but I gotta find out the logic that makes sense and is not overcomplicated. Does that make sense, James? So let's work on the buy and sell buttons first. I think that's a good one to have. And then I'll look into the 2 week ones uh, that indicate buy and sell vice versa. Yes, understood. Maybe an alert when it opens on phone. No, that's fine. Yeah, and so no worries. Maybe just in the future you can have the entry stop loss and the take profit on the chart. Yeah, I know that's what you said, but you see, this is what happened. This is what I had to put on the chart. It took me 48 hours to get try and do what you're saying before. It just wasn't working. I don't know why it wasn't working, people. I just don't know why it wasn't working. I was trying everything. It wasn't working to get on the chart. And remember, at this point, I had to release the product. So I could have been telling everyone the product's not out yet. I'm trying to get buy and sell. Sorry, the buy this is what I wanted it to do basically. Let me do this. Hold on. So imagine you went for the long, so it would have told you here. So it appears, boom. So this is why you can either get the buy or sell label, but I would prefer rather than that, it does this. And in here, it gives you working out. So you can have it where it has different working outs where it tells you take profit one, take profit two, etc. I prefer for it to do like this. You see, so it works it out. So straight away, you know, okay, yeah, boom. And imagine these could be plotted on the chart, then you'll be able to see which ones win and lose. Then you'll be able to say, okay, clearly it shows that the ones that have this are the ones that don't tend to wick the box of the Oracle zone compared to the ones that do wick the box of the Oracle zone. Hopefully that makes sense for you what I'm saying. Do you understand? But yeah, this is what I was trying to do. But yeah, it just wasn't working, people. That's why I had to say boom. So then it took me like another 6 hours to now create the all the stuff in here because I was like, it's either I tell people they've got to kind of guess where they put their entries, or we have it based on this. You see? Literally. So you do have a buy entries and buy and sell now, but you're not just guessing. So it's in the first video, I explain it. And even in here, you're not guessing, it's all here. So when you come here, you when the box is here, you might say, okay, I'm gonna wait for this to give me an entry based on something. So when it gives you a break of structure, or if it gives you a bullish IFVG entry, then now you can say, okay, yeah, boom, Where the bullish IFVG gave me an entry, this is where I'm going to put my entry. Now this is where I'm going to work out my stop. Well, I obviously have my stop loss at this box. You can put it there and so on. But it does give you an entry because you've got, look, breakout entry. Um, you've got a retest entry and a best entry. So you can use these as entry numbers. All of these, you could use them. Does that make sense for anyone else asking? Yep, cool. But remember, it's a product we're working with and we're going to get better. But already we can see the potential of it. It's already given us like a 70% potential. Now it really is just cleaning it up around the edges. So yeah, that's what we got to do. I don't think there's there in terms of strategy, we don't really need much of strategy. I think it's just cleaning it up. So it's just even more simple to use. But right now, I think it's very simple. People have already spotted trades that I've literally only taught them in one Zoom call. They've spotted trades and if they've taken them, there was a trader that took this buy today. He's made profit. Jay, if he's here, you understand? There was another trader, Tim, that took a sell on AU earlier, but he used a lower time frame. Took the sell. No, he took the buy. Sorry, actually, tell a lie. He took the buy, but he used a lower time frame to enter, and so on. So yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna leave it there, people. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna create loads of shorts for this. These, I think that make more sense. I'm gonna look into that tonight and chop up the videos and just be releasing shorts. Put them on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. TikTok's a bit funny though. You get banned for putting trading advice. TikTok's very funny with trading videos. If you say anything, if it's got money mentioned in it, then they'll just ban you. They'll not let your video go out to people. But Instagram is all right and YouTube, obviously. All right, cool. Take care, people. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time. If you want to get the product, let me know. Message me. Hit me up straight away, please. All right, we'll leave it there, people.